This right. Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. Uh getting a late start right now, but the reaction tonight is coming from Tisa Tales from outside of the DG trial, like this evening. Okay. She has a lot of information. I was trying to get it, but I could not. Because, Anyway, I'm gonna bring it to you now. Y'all, please hit that subscribe button. I see nobody's hitting the subscribe button. Hit the like button. I put my Cash App up if y'all want to donate anything to Valentine TV. But we're gonna head with this one. And yes, Jonathan Ides picture face was shown with all the other SMEX workers, and yes, y'all just gotta hear this to believe it. To believe it. All right. Okay.
Court. Baby, I know I was talking trash about the prosecutors yesterday, and I know I was saying I didn't really think they built a good case. Baby, they were doing methodically. Shout out to the prosecutors. Diddy is going to jail. The evidence and the testimony that we just heard, when I say I feel shocked, when I say I feel disgusted, when I say there is nothing left to say, when I say that whatever you think happened with Diddy and Cassie was 50 times worse, baby, it was 50 times worse. I have never been more disgusted in my life. The disgust is visceral. The stuff that Cassie said.
Listen, I knew, because I know how Tisa is, I knew it was going to get to her sitting up in there listening to all of this, because I feel it still. I mean, I cannot imagine that. 4 nights out of a week, you in a dark room with just candles. 4 days out of your life. A week. 4 days a week, every week. Out of, man.
Diddy did to her. That Diddy made her do. The things, the unmitigated violence, the way everybody went along with it, the freak offs. Everybody acts like I was just talking to Mims, make it make sense. And he had a good analogy. He's like, everybody's sitting there talking about some, oh my God, like acting like it was glamorous. But at the end of the day, it was a young woman that was groomed in dark, musty rooms for 60% of her life every week. She had to be in those rooms for 4 days every week, day in, day out. She was groomed. He liked her to do.
Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. They just hold it. Just hold it. Hold it. I don't know what I did. I don't. All right.
Freak offs with her when she was menstruating, okay? He liked it for her to do it, to take the milk and rub it on him. The things he had this woman doing, he would break her face open for no reason. He was jealous of her. He hated her. You guys, I took a lot of notes. You guys, Gabriel Jacobs, thank you so much for being in the chat. You guys, I know I want to make jokes. I want to lighten the mood. When I say I am shaken to my core, I took a lot of notes. When I say I'm shaken to my core, Susan Connor, you said, thank you, Tisa, you are a boss. When I tell you I am shaken to my core with what happened, with what we heard, with the mood. I was in the main courtroom. Side note, Diddy turned around and saw me sitting there taking notes, and he literally just shook his head at me and turned around. He made eye contact, but he wasn't glaring because he knows that would have been another live. But all jokes aside, I had to lighten the mood. I'm being dead serious. So the things that happened between Cassie and Diddy, and the things she said, I have a whole notebook full of stuff. There was supposed to be a cross-examination. Cody Code 39, y'all, thank you so much for the crowdfunding. Y'all know I'm out here spending my own money, doing the Lord's work, even taking all this emotional trauma that we heard in
That was
the courtroom.
trauma.
They showed pictures of Cassie and Diddy, and
Girl.
Diddy literally kicked Cassie in the back. Like, when he left him bloody and God, you know what the crazy thing is? I don't think that Diddy's side and his PR people realize what a bad look it is. What a bad look it is to have his family sitting in court listening to all. And Nikki H, thank you so much for the super chat. Also, I want to thank Dory Brooks for the super chat. I don't think that it is that they realize what a bad look it is, literally, to be sitting there and having, to sit there and have everybody sitting there looking stone faced, looking lackadaisical, not sitting up looking straight when you're talking about extreme violence. I don't think they realize how weird that comes across. Now, I don't know what happened in
That
the
is
houses.
crazy.
I wasn't there. I've heard the stories about Kim Porter just like everybody else did. But the fact that they don't realize that you should be acting shocked, disgusted, or offended that
Something.
somebody's even saying that. But this is the weird thing about the Diddy trial. They are not arguing the violence didn't happen. And nobody in the family really seems to be fazed by the violence.
They hate to
They're
go
mad
out.
that he is being held accountable, and they are not just calling this arguments and love. They're calling it what it is: sex trafficking under a RICO thing. Kena Green, thank you so much for the super chat. Charlotte Jolie, thank you so much for the super chat. Dory Brooks, thank you for another super chat. And also, Iris Faram Bagati, thank you so much. You said you're doing a fantastic job, Tisa. Thank you. Also, oh my God, Arisha Brown, thank you. Said, hey, teacher, be sure you're doing something to de-stress today. The energy in the courtroom is probably very toxic and heavy.
Crazy.
Thanks for all that you do and bring us truth. Let me tell you something. Thank you for so much, Arisha. But let me tell you something else. The energy in the courtroom was dark. It was dirty. I feel dirty and disgusting even being there. I can't imagine the trauma. Cassie said in 2023, she literally cried to her husband. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all. Woo. Tisa, man, Tisa, I'm trying to tell y'all, she is so passionate about what she does. Because she does it for a living also on the side. I don't know if you could say on the side, but she helps victims. Okay? That's why she's so passionate about helping victims. I always believe the victims until you can prove otherwise, right? Y'all, I don't see how she said in there. I don't know.
Y'all literally cried to her husband, are you going to be able to raise the kids without me? And she literally fought him trying to run into oncoming traffic. She literally, sorry, that testimony was so, it was so heavy. Oh my God, the things that she went through. I took notes. Let me get myself together. I'm so dramatic. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like looking at myself. Usually when I'm filming, I don't see myself, but I'm like looking at myself in the live, tearing up. Let me stop before the ugly tears start crying. Anyway, it's Megan, like Reagan said. Who gets the money from streaming Cassie's music now? And if everyone's listening to her music, Diddy still gets it. Christy Hammer said, better than TFC. And thank you so much. And Glennis Bolton, thank you so much.
See, I told y'all Cassie's still making music, just like somebody just asked. Who gets the music when people stream Cassie's music? And like she said, Diddy still gets it. Ain't that something? But I'm sure Tiffany Red is about to put a halt to that.
For the super chat. Mercedes Iola Branch, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for sending your third super chat in the live stream. Y'all, I'm gonna get to this in 1 second. I'm just trying to get myself together. It was so ugly and dark. Diddy is a monster, and anyone that defends him And it sounds like everybody knew what was happening to her. And anyone that defends him or looks the other way, they're monsters too. You can't get around this. Like the shit that I heard. I'm about to start reading the notes. I'm just trying to get myself together. Sorry, y'all. Let's tell some jokes. What's up with Uncle Shannon? Did he settle with that 19-year-old? He better stop before they have him up on the Diddy trial. And I'm gonna be outside his courtroom crying from hearing what he did to that 19-year-old. Pam Bassett said, "Great job, Tisa. Diddy is a demon and need to be in hell." He really, honestly is. And you know what the sickest part is? Everybody that went along with it. Everybody that went along with it. Listen, everybody that went along with it. And also, like, I see how now slavery existed. I see how, I mean, I know it existed, but I understand the psyche of people's minds. I see how now uh sexual, like all that stuff happens because honestly, there is a whole segment of the population that as long as it's not them and as long as nobody, they don't care. They don't care this thing. They don't care about somebody else's daughter. They don't care about somebody else's son. Right? They don't care. And the evilness. I even now look at the people that support Diddy after saying that. Saying, "Oh, Cassie's a hoe, she's this and that." Be like, y'all ain't Stephen Heaven. There's something dark in your soul. And if you had any chance to have the money and power that Diddy did, you would be doing the same stuff he did. That's the way I look at people now that defend Diddy. Keen agrees that.
That's why I'm gonna start looking. Hey, because people are still saying Diddy free Diddy and all this kind of crap. Diddy ain't do nothing. Cassie's just making this up. Why did Cassie do this? Why did Cassie was grown from the time she was 18, y'all. She spent 4 days out of every week in a freaking dark room with freaking candles. And when she did go out, she had to put on all this makeup. Ain't no way he loved her. Ain't no way. I mean, she could be sitting in the car and he could just get in it and then just punch her. Just punch in the face. Just straight out. Just no darn reason. Nothing. Just get in there and do it. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I think she was just a punching bag, a rag doll, a FO worker, whatever. Just Diddy's and family. Except for the little baby, of course. I don't know. I gotta look at the other one some more. Not the guys, just the daughters. The daughters seem so nice and sweet. And I hope they are. Yeah, but their dad, he going straight to the pits. He's going straight down.
You're awesome. Thank you. Fly High Not Low said, "Are they mad because they feel like he shouldn't be going down alone?" You know what? If Diddy knows other people, he needs to say something. Like at this point, people are making up fan fiction. He's protecting other people. It's his dark underlords. But this man is sitting there, nothing, just scrambling, trying to save himself. I really do think that if Diddy actually knew anybody else, he would throw them under the bus too, but he can't. But he can't, and he won't. Also, Fanta Jacob said, "Keep going, Ma. Love you. Thank you." I'm sorry to break down. Somebody says, "I hope." Thank you so much. Also,
Good.
Thank you so much, Mama. And Shannon Johnson said, "I hope Cassie puts the nail in his coffin." Let me tell y'all something. Today, Cassie put the nail in the coffin. Today, Cassie, and get this, they said that this trial is going all the way to July 4th. So they got a lot more. They got a lot more nails.
4th July, 8th, May.
Final nail in that coffin. And I think in the next couple of weeks, they are going to set Diddy's corpse on fire. They're going to set Diddy's corpse on fire. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Where else can we go? I keep missing super chats. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep this together. Let me get these. Sonia De La Cruz, thank you so much. Then I'm gonna get into all my notes, and I took notes.
Y'all, I will be skipping periodically, okay? Just to let y'all know, okay?
And you getting this even before TMZ. Fly high, not low. Said it's okay to cry, beautiful. That's your fountain of youth. Oh, thank you. Also, Dejanelle said thanks for your hard work. This is truly literally equal respect, love, care, admiration or just regard for you as a human being. And at the end of the day, I think the reason why Cassie was crying is because she realized she gave all her youth, all his time, all this stuff, right? Also, Jonathan Oddie was confirmed. He is going to testify for the prosecution, I believe. They put his name up on the Summergram screen, and Cassie confirmed. So yes, Towels, we broke it first. But I think the one thing that really messes with Cassie's head is I think she realized. I think that he realizes that like at the end of the day, it's just not. It didn't speak on anything. He didn't respect her. He didn't like her. He didn't love her. He didn't even look. Her job was to be literally a rag doll, his favorite party favor. That was her job for Diddy. That was the job, to be his favorite party favor. Carol Jones says, thank you for being there and taking care of yourself. Oh, thank you. Gabriel.
You know what? Somebody somebody asked Tisa, did they put Allie Carter's name up? Allie Carter's name? What? Y'all. Her real name is Tori Dern Outlaw, okay? But I see some of y'all still stuck in the alley phase, so that's you. Next time I hear it, I'm not gonna say a word about it. That's you, and this is me. Believe what you want. I believe what I want. Agree to disagree, and it's all good. But that just shocked me when I heard it. I was like, what? I ain't heard that name in a minute. But anyway, let's go. All right. Okay.
Jackson Jacobs, thank you for the super chat. Fafani Colin said, keep your head up. Chica, sending you cyber hug. Thanks for doing this with all your heart and standing with the survivors. Mercy, Sherry. Your Haitian gay. Oh, I know that's right. You said the Haitian gay out there rooting for me. I need that. I need that. I need that. These super chats are going so fast. Hold on. Let me get through this. Ethical Audit said, when do Diddy's defense cross-examine Cassie? They are starting tomorrow. They are going to cross-examine Cassie tomorrow. Katrina Dean said, thank you. Big ups on your security. Nini Knowles said, Tisa, thank you for enduring this solo. We can get a play-by-play. These super chats are going by so quick. Hold on, y'all. How do I slow these chats down? Hold on. You were born to do this, Tisa. Beautiful heart. Thank you so much. Let me start reading these ones over here. Jesse Bush said, thanks for updating me. I'm recovering. Oh, you're recovering. Mercedes Ayala Branch, thank you so much. Also, I did go. Also, who's recovering? Who is recovering? Hold on, y'all. Also, Pageant Mommy, thank you so much for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Carol Jones, I will take care of myself. Also, Jay Binks Judig, thank you so much for becoming a member. Pageant Mommy, thank you for becoming a member. Hold on really quick. Nini Nose said, thanks for enjoying this. Prayers up. I really appreciate that. Also, Jesse Bush said, thanks for updating. I'm recovering from surgery and enjoying your lives. You're welcome, Jesse. You are welcome. Rock Bay, thank you so much. George Parker, I'm about to get into my notes, but thank you so much.
Okay.
Also, we got Red Bunny. He said he signed her to Bad Boy under false pretenses. Exactly. She thought it was to make music, but he signed her to Smex traffic her for freak offs. Thank you, Tisa. I truly agree with that. And here's the thing. I'm not saying every guy in the closet hates women, because, our society is set up that men feel like they have to hide in the closet. Beverly Johnson. I do think that part of the reason, TJ, thank you. You said great job. Empress Alchemy, thank you so much. I do think that Diddy beat Cassie so much. Designed by Phoebe, thank you for the super chat, because he was jealous that Cassie was the conduit, and he was jealous for that. Suli Buchanan said, stay on this neck, Tisa. Loved your coverage of this from the beginning. Stay blessed. Thank you so much. Also, Desiree Dareshaw saying they bring a Jonathan Oddie in. He's been in protective custody. I'm sure, something's going on with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into reading the notes, because, again, Diddy looked stressed, hands on the side of his head. Listen, the prosecution is so happy. They was, sure, Your Honor, no problem. Yeah, we could convene. So they were supposed to start the cross today. Yeah. However, because of everything that they were supposed to start the cross examine today, but because of everything that happened, and the way it was so heavy, they reconvened for the next day. Also, the defense is arguing that they should have the right The defense is arguing that they should have the right to introduce evidence like at the last minute. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. No. You have to give it to the prosecution so they have time to look over it so they can get their, oh my God, their redirect in order, right?
Also, really quick, Hattie Lewis, thank you for the super chat. If I didn't get to you, I really appreciate it. Okay, so what else was going on? Oh, Patricia Lazaldi said, "Stay safe. Thank you. You're a true blessing, girl. I'm gonna stay safe." Okay, so here we go. Right? James Johnson said, "Girl, keep your head on swivel." Yes. Okay. So, Diddy looked stressed, melancholy. He looked shook. Okay. Oh, listen to this story that Cassie told, and it was so heartbreaking. You gotta listen to this one, right?
Oh my.
She said that she told the story of the first time. Well, not the first time, but the second time that Diddy beat her. Okay. She ran no, this was the first time I think Diddy beat her. No, second. So here's the thing. The second time that Diddy beat her, the first time was they were at this restaurant called Faux in private dining, and he knocked her around the car. Okay, she saw him flirting with a girl, and she just shrugged her shoulders like whatever. She ain't say anything to her. They got into the car, and they were in the car, and Diddy knocked her around the car after she called him flirting. She didn't confront him though. He hit her in the side of the head, and she fell over. She said she was shocked, and she ran home and hid.
Oh
He
my.
sweet talked her out of that. That was the first time. Bostosaurus 93005 said, Tisa, you're the best. Keep it up. I will say this, right?
What's the first
It makes me think
man?
maybe Young Miami was telling the truth and Diddy didn't abuse her, because Cassie said that this started around a year into the relationship. Young Miami was with Diddy for about a year. She said before that it was the same thing. She was craving his attention, craving this, craving that. The same thing Young Miami was actually craving it. So I don't know. Young Miami needs to thank Cassie, because if she had stayed around for a little more, she might be the next Cassie. And on one said, buy some Epsom salt on the way back to the hotel and go soak in the tub for the bit. I did get Epsom salt last night. All right. Thurnar Omisius, thank you so much. What does this say? Listen. So the Comey, the U.S. attorney said, we believe we had agreed that other sexual acts by the witness were not admissible, but we understand that they intend to cross-examine Cassie about her relationships with texts about sex, about Miss Ventura effing someone else. Why is that necessary? Again, they are trying to literally go in on Cassie and shame her. It also said, the U.S. attorney said, I don't want to read these into the record, so I'll hand copies up. The defense said, these are messages about jealousy in the vocabulary of, are you effing that person? That's fair game. This is the real world way people express hurt. Again, they don't have any defense about this violence.
No.
All they can say is Cassie had it coming. The U.S. attorney said the rules required that this be sealed. The judge said, let's proceed without specifics. Mark Agnifilio said, saying, Yana, are you effing that person? It's just a vulgar way of asking, are you cheating? Both sides opened up an infidelity. This is not 412. Again, they want to, then it said, we could do it in the robbing room. The defendant will be present. So in the courtroom sealed, the counsels for victim one would like to be heard. So anyway, they're saying that, so Diddy's no, so you guys, the prosecutors are not going to show the videos to anybody but the jury. Oh no, I'm live too. I'm sorry, babe. No, I'm live right now. No, I'm live right now. Maybe later. So she was like,
Tisa, she said I'm live. And then she keep looking, so I don't know who that was up there, okay? But you know she got her bodyguards in plain clothes all around. She won't show them either. We don't even know what they look like, so. But they there.
So anyway, the prosecution right now, they've convened. Cassie's not going to testify, not going to be cross-examined today. It's tomorrow. But the prosecution is saying that they're now trying to shame Cassie. Their thing
That's
isn't that the violence didn't happen. It's not that Diddy didn't treat her like a rag doll. It's the fact that Cassie was sleeping up with other people, so Diddy had the right to treat her that way. It's really sick. It's just really, really, really sick. Also, okay, so let's get into the second time because this is going to shock and horror you. Tuna fish salad. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kit Raymond Barron said, "Thank you so much for covering this. I was thinking the day before the trial started, I wish Tisha was going to be in the courtroom. I am right in the courtroom." B. Will, thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Honeybee Therapy, thank you. I will keep up the good work and thank you. And Lily G, thank you for the super chat. Okay, so anyway, right? So the second time that he abused her, listen to this, was at the Ace of Diamonds, right? He called her a slut and a B. So get this, because Cassie said she didn't punch him in the face because they were so quick to say that Cassie abused Diddy too. But what the prosecution did was set this up, was let us know that, yeah, Cassie did hit Diddy, but it never left a scratch. But Diddy knotted her up, right? So it was a little odd. Jackie Gomez, thank you so much. And Dennis M said, "Love from law school. Will defense call Young Miami?" It is unclear whether she's going to call Young Miami, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to try to find out more information. Don't worry. Anyway, so Cassie said she punched Diddy in the face because he called her an S and a B, right? And then she said when she did that, Diddy's whole demeanor went black. The eyes blacked out like it was a demon. She said that his eyes went black. And he literally went and pinned her under the back seat. They were in the Escalade, right? Pinned her under the back row of seats and started stomping her face in. And all she did was do everything she could to cover her face. She kept stomping and stomping and stomping her face with his foot as she was balled up. The prosecution asked, "How long did this beating last?" She said it was a short ride home, about 10 minutes, but the whole time he kept stomping her face, right?
Stomping her face, just stomping for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. My gosh.
Goldie 58, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, girl, we're just getting started. He did went on to say, right? Again, at that time, I made a look that it's a bad look that his kids are just sitting there. His family, his mom, nobody cares. They look unbothered from hearing this.
Yeah.
He said when the door opened, she ran when she got to the house. This was the house she shared with Diddy in New York. Roger Bonds came after her. She ran and looked in the mirror. She was knotted up, bruised, bloody, black eyes, right? She freaked out. She said she didn't even look like herself. She looked like an alien. Diddy, again, he didn't give a F about Cassie. And I think that's where Cassie's shame comes from. Diddy then turned around and told Cassie, didn't even say it to her, said it to the people, "Yo, go sneak her out the back of the house," right? Cassie was like, "No, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I have to stay. I want to stay. Diddy literally told them to take her out the house and go sneak her out the back of the house because it would be a bad look if his son saw her face like that. So he told her to leave the house and put her in a hotel for 7 to 10 days. Again, he didn't, and get this, the whole time she was at the hotel, he didn't even call on her. He didn't even check on her. Listen to this, right? He told her to sneak out back with Roger Bonds and go to a hotel until her face healed. But he told Roger Bonds to take her to the hotel, right? Boxing for Life said prayers up for Cassie during the cross-examination. The defense is coming for her. Y'all know I'm going to be on it all day.
Yeah.
Guess this.
Yeah. That damn cross-examination tomorrow is Cassie, please be girl. Because I believe everything you said. But I know the way they can twist stuff up and you're already broken on the inside. I'm so glad you found love though. And your children, with your children also. And they're gonna make her feel so bad. And that will be that I think that will get him a bad look. In my opinion, yeah. Let him go ahead, try it.
So they snuck her into a hotel, the London Hotel in Los Angeles. Her face was covered up. James Johnson, hit the like button, y'all. Her face was covered up, right? Her face was covered up. They into the lobby, just covered up. She stayed there for about 7 to 10 days. Get this. She tried to go home because she said, "I want to be here. I want to go home." They told her no, she couldn't leave. She kept telling everybody, I want to see my mom. I want to go home. I want to go home. They wouldn't do anything. The most they did was bring her ice cream. Diddy didn't call her once, didn't come visit to her. Nobody let her leave the hotel until Diddy said it was okay. Okay. She tried to go home to her mom. Her stylist, Derek Birch, would check in, right? Her stylist, Coelho R said, who's Diddy's PR team having breakfast with? Yeah, they were having breakfast with TMZ producers, Shade Room producers, and also Breakfast Club producers. It looked like in the cafeteria on Monday. Kevin Madison,
shoot, that ain't nothing.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Who else? Yasmin Jacobs, thank you so much. Okay, so let's get because her mom had seen like a blind item describing exactly what happened, because apparently people taped Diddy beating her down and blacking her face out, right? Her mom called her this back in 2012 and was like, yo, there is a blind item and they're saying it's you. Cassie lied to her mom. And her mom said, what happened? She saw the blind item. Cassie lied to her mom and was like, oh, nothing. I'm fine. Everything's good. Everything's good. But the whole thing is, one of the reasons she was saying everything's good is because Diddy wouldn't let her leave. It's not over, y'all. It's not over. Her mom asked her about the blind item, wanted to know if it was Cassie. Cassie literally told her mom, no, mom, it's not me. She lied because she was ashamed. She didn't want her to put her mom in danger. Diddy, 10 days later, allowed her to leave to go to meet him at the music studio. It was 17 days after her healing. She was still bruised and her eyes still had blood in them. They weren't clear. Diddy commanded she go with them to Chalice recording studios. Remember Chalice recording studios? That's a recording studio from Little Rod's lawsuit. Y'all remember that? Yeah, it's all linking up. Then on top of that, hold on, y'all. On top of that, let me get this out. Risa Chatley, thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Miss Al said, hey, Tisa, you're amazing out there in New York City streets doing what is right? So Mila said, yo, Cassie, do you want to go to Diddy's Prince's house? She said she didn't discuss it with Diddy, right? Because, sorry guys, I'm trying to move this mess around. She didn't discuss it with Diddy because she knew, oh my God, I'm falling apart. Hold on. She said she didn't discuss it with Diddy because she knew that Diddy was going to say no. So she didn't discuss it with Diddy, all right? Sorry guys, I'm falling apart out here. Let me just put this together. So she didn't discuss it with Diddy. However, she said that she left. She said that Diddy didn't even tell her about the party. And she was at the party with her friends enjoying herself. And then Diddy popped up, right? Wow. Cassie got so scared. She ran out the party, okay? Cassie got so scared from that Diddy pop-up that she ran out the party, okay?
Tell me that ain't sounding like somebody who's been groomed since she was 18, y'all. Groomed.
She left. She ran out as fast as she could. She ran and she even fell into some bushes. That's how scared she was. They said Diddy then popped up at Cassie's Beverly Hills hotel, right? And listen, she literally beat her to a pulp in her bedroom of the Beverly Hills hotel. Beat her to a pulp, right? Her friend Mila, the makeup artist, was actually sleeping when Diddy showed up, but of course she woke up. And she said that Mila packed up her bags and was like, girl, you got to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She stayed with Mila at her house for about 3 to 4 days. Mila is, hold on, y'all. Mila is expected to testify for anybody that is wondering. Mila is expected to testify. Really quick, let me just say what's up to these super chats. We get into this. Risa Chatley, I think I already said thank you, but thank you anyway. I'm just saying that you can literally be with a poor man or woman and be abused. Money don't mean anything. It's about somebody getting into your head. Right. Anyway, SWN said, Tisa, make sure you get plenty of rest. I will. Kiwi Madison, thank you so much for the super chat. Nadine Latouche, thank you so Latouche. Is important to note, right, that oh, thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, my bag fell over, but I had a knight in shining armor come and help me pick my bag up because it was on the gate. Y'all saw me falling apart. Okay, so Cassie So then they talk about Kid Cudi. Now here's the thing: when Cassie was talking to Kid Cudi, her and Diddy were not together. Diddy was always beating her up, leaving her, doing whatever, then come back. He didn't. I don't care how many trinkets Cassie had. I don't think how pretty. I don't think how glamorous her life looked like. She was treated as a true bottom B. She was treated as somebody less than, right? Bolly Bellinger, you said great work, girlfriend. Thank you. She was treated horribly, right? So let's get into the Kid Cudi era, right? So Diddy went through her phone, even though they weren't together, and Cassie wasn't allowed to say anything to him. He went through the phone and saw the Kid Cudi emails. Kid Cudi emailed Cassie about leaving her grocery bag at his house, right? MLB CCS said, "Stop blaming the victim. It's sad that women like Cassie are not given grace and empathy because the man she was with was wealthy." Ever heard of Stockholm syndrome? Google it, Tisa. Yes. Also, you said thanks, TT. Okay, and also B, thank you so much for the super chat. So let's get into the Kid Cudi stuff because this is crazy, right? Cassie was so scared of what Diddy was going to do to her that she literally had a burner phone and a burner number to communicate with Kid Cudi. Okay, because Diddy would still show up at Cassie's house whenever he went and walked through it, right? The Capricorn Clark, they said, also knew about what was going on with Kid Cudi, and she worked for Diddy. Oh my God. They said Cassie went to Diddy's home to explain because Diddy commanded she come and explain herself. That's how much power this man had. That's just how much like Diddy was on some bullshit, right? Then, listen, when she went to the home to explain, Diddy was like, "Yo, I got 2 freak off videos, right?" He said, "I got 2." No, he said, "I got all the freak up videos, and I'm gonna blackmail," right? He then told her he was going to murk her and Kid Cudi, and he was going to release those freak off videos on the net for the world to see, right? Cassie was like, "Listen, do what you got to do," because she was sick of living in fear. And on the way out, he kicked her in the back so bad, he knocked her over, and he left her whole back and her butt black and blue. He loved kicking her in her back and butt. Get this, they showed pictures of it in the trial. It was horrible. She left. She had large bruises all over the place, right? Oh, also, Red Bunny said she was locked in her music contract, love bombed her, and got her addicted to rugs so she would be dependent on him and can't leave. Pimping one-on-one as a Rico. Let's also not forget, that's right, but let's also not forget Red Bunny. Another thing he did was, once he got her involved in the freak-offs and she had all that shame, right? She had all that shame. He kept threatening to blackmail her with the freak-offs. Anyway, right? God damn it. I got to get my stand tomorrow. Let me see if I can just touch. So he kicked her in the back, right? He kicked her in the back, the back of the trial on the way out. There were large bruises in other places. Cassie ran to a hotel room, right? Because she was staying in a hotel room because he had put her out of the house. So Cassie ran to the hotel room. But get this, when she got to the hotel room was 100% completely it was 100% completely trashed. She said the whole
Teacher, man, trashed. I mean, somebody had beat her there. They had, towels. Ooh, ugh.
whole hotel room was completely the whole hotel room was completely torn up. Everything was completely trashed. And also, get this, somebody had urinated in her hotel room. We assume this is Sean Diddy Combs, had urinated in the hotel room, and they had gone to the bathroom, a number 2 in the toilet, and left it in the toilet. Oh. And so she came back after she said, "Do what you got to do." And he kicked her so bad, her whole back was black and blue. They showed pictures, right? She went back to her hotel room where she was staying, and the whole hotel room was ripped apart, furniture destroyed, completely trashed. It looked like a bomb had shut off, and there was they had urinated over all her clothes and stuff. And in the bathroom, somebody had taken a dump and not flushed the toilet. What type of stuff is that? Listen. Somebody said, "Sorry, Tisa, but you need Farnsworth to hold your umbrella up for you." Listen, I'm going to bring a stand tomorrow.
She said, did they say Farnsworth Bentley? I wonder if Farnsworth coming. I hadn't thought of him in a long time because I heard he was married with children, living his own life. a while back, but he might know some stuff.
Jordan said, "Hey, Tisa, you're absolute bomb." Not
And y'all, please hit that subscribe button. And if you have already hit the subscribe button, if you don't mind, hit the like button for me, please. Okay.
okay, fine. We're just gonna have to. Oh, thank you, thank you. We are going to have to reenact a scene from Umbrella or Ashanti Rain on Me because I can't hold that umbrella one more second. It is really getting to me. Okay, so let's get back into the Kid Cudi story.
Okay,
So when we last left our beleaguered heroine, Cassie, her whole room was trashed, torn up like a monster had been there. She had a suite. All her clothes were urinated on and somebody took a dump in the toilet. And Diddy said he was going to murk her and Cudi as soon as he got and he was going to release her freak out tapes, right?
Wow.
Brooklyn Squad Real Life Advocate said, "I've been a sub of yours for a while. Thank you for your hard work. This isn't easy listening to victim story. It's heartbreaking. You're doing great. Thank you so much." Lourdes Montana said, "Hey, Tisa, love you, girl. Great reporting. Stay safe as always." Thank you, you guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, also one more super chat. Capcoon 19, thank you so much for the super chat. And Life is Notorious. You said, yeah, y'all. Life is Notorious. Diddy is done. Ariam said, "Gonna get you an umbrella hat. That's what I need. I'm gonna show up with an umbrella hat."
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, right? Cassie fled to another hotel. She sent an email in 2000. It was either 2011, 12, or 13. He sent an email to her mom and Capricorn Clark, Diddy's assistant at that time, CC'd them both into it. The subject of it was threats. She said that Sean Diddy Combs has threatened to release sexual, explicit blackmail stuff on me. And Sean Diddy Combs has also, oh, you know what? Hold on. I see where I can stand. They said Sean Diddy Combs has said he's going to release that material. And Sean Diddy Combs has also said that he is going to end me and Kid Cudi's life. She was on a plane home going to Connecticut, and it was so bad that she literally told everybody that her life had been threatened and that she feared for her her life. It was bad, y'all. Sarah Jefferson, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so now I'm gonna stand here till they tell me to leave. If I act like, listen, we're not supposed to be filming here. So if I start acting like you, my mom on FaceTime, and I'll be like, "Oh my God, mommy, I love you," just go along with it. Okay. Everybody. Just go along with it. If I start acting like I'm talking to my mom on FaceTime. Anyway, right? So anyway, she had told them that Diddy had threatened her life, and she was on the plane ride to Christmas, and she really honestly thought he was going to murk her. All right. Flechette Robertson said, "Tisa, you're amazing and so loved that you're able to report live on this case. Keep it coming." Oh, also, Cassie talked about a 2018 grape. If you guys don't know, earlier today, I went live in the morning. I said, "Yo, my sources are telling me that Cassie is going to testify and say that Diddy raped her in 2000.
That's why they didn't want her husband up in there. That's why Cassie's husband told Diddy that he was going to murk him. Because I think Cassie and the trainer was like dating. I'm going to let Tisa finish.
2018. And guess what? Sadly enough, all my sources were 100% true. Cassie testified not even an hour ago that Diddy raped her on her living room floor in 2018. It was a lot. James Johnson said, "I'm dead." Yes. Also, Cheyenne said, "Thank you for speaking up for survivors, Tisa, sending support from New Mexico." Girl, thank you so much. And the Hood Rilla said, "Your fan base, what the word murk means." My fan base don't know what murk means. It means,
yes,
right?
we do.
So anyway, right? They said that on Christmas Day and another day later, he then reached out to her again, said he was going to hurt her and Kid Cudi, and he told her that he'd be out of the country when it happened. Cassie's mom, she finally told her mom that she had been hit, but she lied to her mom and said it was the first time, and she didn't tell her mom about the freak offs because she was ashamed. But her mom took photos of her bruised up back, and her whole lower body was black and blue. Yeah, listen, Diddy looked stressed about then. Also, April, so much. Thank you so much for the super chat, April. And Leo Girl said, "Tisa, thanks for keeping us updated. April Chrisman, thank you so much for the super chat. And also, Rhonda Leaf said, thank you, Tisa. Stay safe, and we need some impersonations. Thank you, Rhonda. And oh, peace be still. Welcome to the Tattletale family. Also, Tyrone Blackburn, thank you, Esquire. You got money.
Blackburn.
Done. I got kicked out of the court at the end because I could not keep quiet. The prosecutors literally did a damn mic drop on Diddy's ass, on Diddy's ASS. Smex trafficking, prostitution, arson, RICO. Next, let me tell y'all something else before I go, because I'm gonna give y'all like, I have a bunch of notes. I'm gonna go live later and talk. I'm not leaving yet, but I'm gonna go live and talk about.
Did that come from Tyrone Blackburn, y'all? And y'all, please thumbs up the video. I see y'all in here, and I appreciate it. Could y'all please thumbs up the video?
In detail, but let me give y'all the highlight reel, okay? So y'all can say y'all heard it first. Mafia Man said, Tisa, 16 plus Don Lemon, 3.9, both on live. Enough said. Get it, girl. Thank you so much. Nancy 90 said, that was a video of her under the blanket. He took it after the tape for shame. Daryl Richardson said, double tap the screen. Show Tisa love, please. Thank you. Marie Beer said, poor Cassie, I'll be praying for her and her baby tomorrow. Exactly. Luisa Armalejo, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so listen, a highlight reel.
Look, do y'all remember Cassie under that blanket? And Diddy said it was too hot.
So they showed
under that blanket. So we can go take a walk on the beach, and she was peeping from under the blanket. Now that looks totally different to me now. It is weird.
From the freak off tapes, okay? They showed stills from the freak off tapes, but the prosecution was very good. Rhonda Lee, thank you for the super chat, because the prosecution did something really, really smart and really, really inventive. The prosecution showed pictures where Cassie was standing there. She didn't look glamorous. She didn't look like one of the richest men, a billionaire's girlfriend. She looked like a hooker in a $5 brothel. Literally baby oil, standing there, looking defeated, used up, with a bunch of lube, tops from lube scattered everywhere. There's another one when there's a comforter on the floor, and it just looks really dusty and musty and funky in there. Again, the stills they showed, whatever you think was going on in the freak-offs, it wasn't. Cassie was a Smex traffic, and Diddy ain't give a damn about her. He ain't even like her. He didn't even see her as human. I don't care. After this testimony, you can't believe this. Diddy, and I see now why the prosecution is like, you lured somebody in with Smex trafficking by making them believe they were your girlfriend. The same way pimps on the corner get prostitutes to believe that that's their husband, that's their girlfriend, and it's not. It was all a sham. It was all a lie. Anyway, they said, Samantha Flores says, thanks for you for doing this. God bless you. Thank you for keeping us all updated. Anytime, Samantha. Oh, okay. So listen. So let's get to the great really quick. So I'm going to get to the highlight trends, right? At this point, Diddy looked stressed after that. Literally, again, remember when I said that yesterday it looked like Diddy was almost antagonizing Cassie, enjoying, like it seemed like demon, like Cassie was crying and Diddy looked like he was going to lick her tears off her face like it was warm caramel. Well, today it was the opposite, right?
Today, Cassie was on the horn.
Listen, they said at another time Diddy was in Jamaica. They was minding their business. He tapped on the shoulder, said, come here, and punched her dead in her face and started beating her for no reason. When I say these beatings were not spun from an argument, it wasn't spun from this. When I say these beatings came out of nowhere, whenever, the same way they used to see in 1940s films, when people would come home, they would beat the dog and kick the dog, and that was animal abuse. That's the same thing Diddy would do with Cassie. It didn't matter what she was doing. It didn't matter. Half the time, Cassie was minding her own business, and he would just start. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry. All right. Okay, I'm leaving now. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. Adiagio, thank you so much for the super chat. What happened, y'all? You were supposed to say, Tisa, make sure you bringing cookies home. Y'all was supposed to act like y'all was my mom. Instead, literally, the police are giving me a look like, you're not supposed to do this. I don't know how many more times I can be like, oh my, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Anyway, Booking Squad for Real Life said, I volunteer helping victims' families. I really would like to get with you. These families have no one else helping. Listen, please send me an email. I'm always happy to use my platform, highlight, do whatever I can to make a difference in people's lives. What's up, TCC Sunset? Thank you, Tisa, Sussex Squad. This weekend, how you doing? I'm gonna get on the. I'm on live stream right now. I'm still on live. I can't. I'm in the middle of a story. They always say I got ADHD. I get distracted. But next time, I got you. Yeah, of course I am. I got you. So T Brown said, "Thank you. Keep up the good work. Stay safe." Also, Super Christian One said, "Best free pack I found. Gonna follow you, Miss Tisa. Thank you. I want to have a talk to y'all. Y'all was supposed to act like you were my mom and ask me to bring milk and eggs home. Instead, y'all just sitting there silent while I'm about to get arrested by Homeland Security. I mean, but again, I'm Black American, so." Let me not make any ICE jokes because they grabbing everybody these days. They might be like, no, mama, you look like you Afro-Latino. Get on the bus. And I'm like, no, I got 4 Black grandparents. Anyway, right? Okay, so with the grape, what happened was she said that Diddy and her, she was dating Alex. And Diddy knew she was dating Alex. So they went to a restaurant, I think I want to say Malibu, but they went to a restaurant somewhere in whatever because they were supposed to discuss ending things, okay? And she went, also, Patricia, thank you so much for the super chat. They were supposed to discuss.
Oh, I hate she did that, but I do understand that part. Just not discuss ending something, but you know how some people go out with somebody one more time just to see if they had that feeling. I don't know. Can't explain it.
Ending things, and they were already over, but they were supposed to discuss like the last of the relationship. The Sunrise Speaks says, "I want Cassie to name this baby Justice because that's exactly what she's."
Don't let them come to your house, though. Meet them out. Don't let them come to your house. That's it. All right.
But then I don't know if he didn't leave,
or
he just decided to let himself in. He came in, right? The ethical audit said, "What is known if the kids were ever around both him and Cassie at the same time or no?" I don't know. I think in 11 years she had to be, but that's another thing. If they weren't, that just shows that all these people talking about, "Oh, you did it." That Diddy was not taking Cassie seriously. He saw her as a punching bag, and he kept his punching bag there, and he was jealous because she brought the men that he wanted. Listen. Christina, Super Christian One said, shocked that this stress didn't send Cassie into labor. Exactly. Cassie is so strong. FNOMLN Lifestyle. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay. So then Diddy lets himself into it, right? And all of a sudden, Diddy forces himself on her. And Cassie said she was screaming, yelling, no, 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 no. She said, luckily it didn't last that long. I called that shade, Cassie. But she said, lucky it didn't last this long. It was so horrible. But she was screaming, no, 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 stop. And the more she did, the more Diddy got aggressive. And he literally also blinked in her, right? Dina Champion, thank you so much for the super chat. Dina Champion, thank you so much. He said Diddy blinked in her. On top of that, and Diddy had no remorse. He just left. Cassie with his Alex. He blinked inside of her. Okay. Now, mind you, the whole time he had Cassie hoping that one day she would be worthy enough of being a wife and mom. This made me look like Kalina's interview that she did on I forget what it's called, the black and white interview she did, where she was saying Cassie wasn't worthy of being a wife. She wasn't worthy about being this. This makes me think that this was all, you guys, all these people that are pro Diddy are still helping Diddy psychologically abuse Cassie, because that's what he held over her head the whole time. You're not worthy about being a wife, but if you act right, if you protect me, if you do this, it will, right? MJ said, awesome, so sweet. Love how passionate you are. Thank you so much. Also, really quick, Carrie said, keep doing your thing, Tisa. Thank you so much. So anyway, right, we doing all this, and so Diddy raped Cassie. And, Cassie is so messed up over this. She's so messed up over this. But get this, she said she met with Diddy outside of that one more time, and they ended up having sex willingly. And they were like, the prosecutor's like, why would you do that? And she was like, I wanted to see the best in him. And the weird thing is the way she explained it, I get the fact she didn't want to be a victim. And in her mind, if she could make it seem like, no, it was consensual or it wasn't that bad, that she would be okay. But eventually that shame spiral led her to thinking about offing herself. Again, she went and she told her husband, are you going to be okay with the kids? And she tried to run into traffic. She said that every day she wanted to end it. She had so much shame, so much hate, so much loathing. And she was messed up in the mind. Again, you guys, I'm skipping over a lot of stuff because I'm trying to give you all the highlights. Oh, also, Cassie confirmed that she got a $20 million payout. She said that when she first wrote the book, She didn't ask for any money. She wrote the book according to like her rehab. She went in rehab and got clean in 2023. She wrote the book because she wanted to put everything she experienced down. And she sent it to Diddy. She sent it to Diddy and she was like, I want you to read this. And they're like, why'd you send it to him? And he's like, because I wanted him to understand what he did to me and why it's not okay. And she's like, I just wanted to be seen. So she sent him the book, right? Carrie, you said, keep doing your thing, Tisa. Thank you so much. She said she wanted to be seen. And Diddy never got back to her. So she called KK, the assistant, and she was like, yo, did he read the book? And KK told her, no, ain't nobody read that. And she was like, what? And they were like, and she was like, nobody takes that book seriously. We don't even think you really wrote it. Like basically calling her dumb and thinking that they think that she's too stupid to even write a book.
Right.
And call her dumb, be like, yeah, who wrote that for you? You couldn't write it for yourself.
Yeah,
and
they saw
Cassie was like, it was
a prostitute. You know what I mean? Not. It's y'all know, a worker. That's all they saw her as, because that's all she did for it. I mean, every week, 4 days at a one last 4 days. I can't explain it because I'm scared I'm gonna say the wrong words like I already have. But here we go.
Such an insult. It was such an insult that she got lawyers involved. And she said, I want 30 million. And they were like, how'd you come to 30 million? And she was like, honestly, she's like, I want to be compensated for all the pain and time and everything. Basically, she realized, like I've always been saying, they don't give a shit about you. Like people like that don't give a damn about your tears. They don't give a damn about this. You're never gonna get a sorry. They don't care. They don't take you seriously. But she knew by going after his money, he'd take that seriously.
Yeah.
And they said, how'd you get the 30 million? And Bronco the Boss, thank you so much for the super chat. And Sean Noble said, it's so crazy how you never know what someone's going through. All those years waiting for a second album, and now it all makes sense. I hope she releases all the music that Diddy blocked the world from hearing. I hope she does too. Justice for Cassie. Shauna C, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. So anyway, hold on. I got to open this. This is getting a lot. Lena said, I love you, Tisa. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Lena. Sorry, the rain's coming down again. You're going to see this mountain somehow. Wait, now I'm smeared. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah, Tisa, the reason I think she's doing it outside the courthouse, because court's adjourned. So she's doing it outside the courthouse so we can get the tea first, okay? That's why she's doing it like that. That's my opinion. But anyway, I'm glad she's doing it, because I sure will be waiting. I saw it, but I ain't had time to record it.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so she said, they were like, how'd you pick the 30 million? And she was like, I just pulled a random number out because I wanted to get his attention. She said she pulled out a random number. Get this. Diddy said no. Cassie said, okay. He said no. He wasn't going to pay her for anything. And that was that, right? Patrick said, thank you for your amazing grade 8 coverage. Keep it coming. I'm tuned in with you all the way. Yeah, you guys, when I get back to the house, I'm going to do coverage of everything. It's going to be a long live, but if you want that, and I'm going to do a few short videos, but I'm just giving you all the highlights. So Cassie was like, this is how she got to 20 million. So Cassie was like, after that 30 million, Cassie was like, okay, like, sure. I don't care. Give me 30 million. And they said that Diddy was like, no, you're an idiot. I'm not giving you anything. So then cut to Cassie filed a lawsuit because she wanted Diddy to pay. She wanted him to suffer. She said, I tried to do what's nice, but sometimes there is no reckoning. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because he made her suffer. Raw Authentic said, you're great at the job. Thank you so much. And Table Talk with Mimi Exclusive said, Tisa, keep clocking tea. And Empress Kaya, thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Ray Marie, you said sending love, Miss Tisa. Thank you so much, Ray Marie. I appreciate you. So, sending love right back. So anyway, Cassie said, okay, she filed the suits. And then Diddy contacted her 24 hours later and offered $20 million for her to drop the lawsuit. And with that was a mic drop, because how the hell are you paying somebody $20 million? And let me tell you something. Look at all of Diddy's other cases. Diddy don't settle with no one. Diddy can't even give Little Rob $50,000. Diddy is fighting everyone. He has not paid anything. Bronco the Boss, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Diddy has not paid anyone anything. That man is cheap. So you cannot tell me that he just gave 20 million just because he felt guilty.
Exactly.
Diddy was scared. I will tell you one thing about this trial. I still feel like in this trial, Cassie may have shown Diddy a little grace. Just hear me out. Cassie was alluding to Diddy did a lot of criminal stuff, but she kept the focus on the way he mistreated her and abused her. So even in that final thing, I think for the kids, Cassie did Diddy one final grace. You know what I'm saying? Did. Listen, you guys, let me tell y'all something. Cassie said that she was raped in 2018. She got 20 million. She described in detail everything she went through. Valentine TV, thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. I love your spirit too. She described.
Oh, that's me. Hey, y'all. I got my shout out.
Everything that she was going through, everything that she was into. What else can I tell y'all? Hold on. There's a little bit more tea. It stopped raining. Hold up. Let me pull out my little struggle notebook. Hold on. Let's pull out this struggle notebook. Oh, get this. She said that Cassie ended up breaking up with Kid Cudi. They was like, yo, why'd you break up with Kid Cudi? She said, I believe Diddy in this threat. She said she stayed in Connecticut for a while, right? However, she did go to Arizona with Diddy because Diddy sweet talked her. Again, you cannot tell me that Diddy just didn't get off on torturing Cassie. Again, I think that's where a lot of her shame and ideations come from, that she realized that you love and gave yourself to someone that really thought you were worthless. And honestly, again, it don't have to be an abusive relationship, but I think every person has been in a relationship with someone when they truly didn't really realize your value, and they didn't value you. And it don't mean you're not valuable, but they just didn't value you. You weren't their person. Now imagine that on the most toxic thing, right? Anyway, she said that she did sneak down to see Diddy in Connecticut. Sunshine Lifestyle said, we're so proud of you, the hardest worker out there. Thank you so much, Sunshine. So get this. They said Cassie, she broke up with Kid Cudi because she was like, yo, it's not worth it. She told family that she was going out to LA to work on the work because she was ashamed, right? However, she met Diddy in Arizona to look at college with one of his kids. Now, I think he was talking about Justin, because ain't Justin the only kid that went to college? Because this is back when 2018. I think Justin was about to go to college, and he was looking at he was looking at colleges over in Arizona, West Coast, right? Listen, get this. He said that Sean told Kid Cudi and his friends that he wanted Kid Cudi's car to be blown up in front of his friends so Kid Cudi's friends could see it. Again, Diddy was a terrorist. It was all about shows of passion and might, right? Yeah. Mealist 3 times and continue to be fearless, he said. Thank y'all. Also, Nicole Kane, welcome to the Tattletale family. I appreciate you. Okay, so get this. Diddy and Cassie had a meeting with Kid Cudi about their relationship, right? And Cudi at the end of it was like, so what about my car? And Diddy looked at him and said, what about your car? And that was it, right? Diddy and Cassie went to Jamaica after that. But if you look at all the pictures, she had a black eye in the vacation photos, all of them. Why? Because they were just hanging out. Oh my God. They were just hanging out, minding, the rain's coming out. They were just hanging there out, minding the business. She turned around and punched her in the face and beat her. D-Rock and, God, this rain. D-Rock and James Cruz saw it. D-Rock was head of security. I think D-Rock's a co-conspirator. James is head of security. It was so vicious. She had black eyes, busted lip, giant knots. It's literally was so bad they looked at her and started crying. And there's text messages proving that, because on September 14, 2018, D-Rock said, where you at? It's time to ice your face. That's how much she actually got beaten. Y'all, it was a mess. Listen, anyway, y'all, the rain's coming down. I got to get to safer things. I will say this. I'm going to be live in about probably 20, 30 minutes.
And that's all I've seen of this anyway. And so, yeah, she went live. Y'all, I'm gonna end it right here. I want to thank y'all for coming over here, watching it with me and stuff, and I hope y'all really enjoyed it. Hey Brittany, hey. Oh, I see what you're saying. Why are you saying that? Like, why you put it so many times? Okay. Why, Brittany? I hope you still on here. Hey, I couldn't see you because I didn't have my thing up so I could see the comments. I was trying to watch something else. But anyway, Why would you even come in my comment and write that? Why you just didn't keep scrolling? All you had to do is write, well, let's agree to disagree. That's it. So now you put all that mess. I don't like that kind of stuff on my page. Not all of that, okay? So Diddy did it. And for you to think, be a friend of Diddy's, that just shows what kind of person you are, okay? And I'm, and I hope you still on here so you can hear what I said. Don't make no sense. Instead of just keep scrolling, you ain't even have to stop by. Brittany Lynch. I know your name from somewhere, but it don't even matter no more. Because you shouldn't have ever did that, okay? Ugh. Yeah. Maybe you better pray somebody don't get a hold to you. Oh, I forgot you ain't 18, huh? Here, I ain't gonna argue with you. But don't do that in my comments. Just keep scrolling. Let's agree to disagree. That's all you had to do is write and keep it moving. Don't act like a kid. Okay? Ugh. Irritating. But don't worry, I'm gonna go and delete all of that mess. Alright, y'all. Sorry about that. It's just people that'll come in your comments and write all that. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Like it matters. Like that's gonna make them right. Girl, please. You better go somewhere. That's what you better do. Okay? Go to another page. Go to a Pro Diddy page. Why you come over here? I am not Pro Diddy. Period. Okay? Ugh. All right, y'all. So I didn't see that earlier because I was trying to do something on my phone and girl, today ain't the day. Today is not a day, not today. Okay? Yeah, so if you want to be a lady, just put let's agree to disagree. And then take yourself to another page. That's what you do. That's how you do it. Okay? All right, y'all. All right, y'all. This is Valentine TV, and I want to thank y'all. So if anybody else is watching that don't agree with me, just write what I said, or don't write anything, and just keep it moving. That's it. That's all. Okay? All right. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. See, I'm not mean. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. It's a story I wanted to tell y'all, show y'all anyway. So I'll talk to y'all in a little bit, okay? All right. All right. Love y'all. Thank y'all. All right. Bye.